Just 7 years removed from the resurrection of the College of the Canyons football program, the Cougars 2014 did the unthinkable, posting a perfect 14-0 record en route to conference, state, and national championships. In doing so, the Cougars gained the distinction of being the first team in the history of community college football to finish the season an unprecedented 14-0. The improbable run earned the Cougars the 2004 JC Gridwire National Championship and the JUCO Football Network Co-National Championship honors. The state and national championships were all program firsts for College of the Canyons, while the conference title represented its fifth straight. Canyons marched through the first month of the season with a string of convincing victories. Week 7 saw the Cougars tested for the first time in a trip to LA Valley. Canyons entered the fourth quarter of that contest trailing for the first time all season, but managed to pull out a 48-45 victory during a wild second half, which featured 5 lead changes. 2 weeks later, the Cougars would be tested once again, with the COC defense rising to the occasion in a 16-0 road win over Bakersfield. In the regular season finale, Canyons posted a 59-13 victory over Moorpark to win the Western State Conference North Division title. Showing no signs of a letdown, the Cougars made short work of El Camino College in a 21-10 victory at the WSC Bowl, marking the first postseason shutout in school history. Canyons would next face a trio of perennial powerhouse programs. Up first was a highly anticipated rematch with Grossmont. With the taste of the previous season's 14-10 loss to the Griffins still fresh, COC scored 23 points in the third quarter and rolled to a dominating 30-0 victory on a cold, rainy night at Cougar Stadium. Next on the docket was a trip to Saddleback for the 3C2A Southern California Championship. The Cougars headed into the locker room down 17-13 at half, but the second half saw the Canyons defense provide a spark with multiple sacks, while the offense rattled off 24 straight points, leading to an eventual 37-24 victory and a berth into the state championship game. On December 11, 2004, 13-0 Canyons squared off with 11-0 City College of San Francisco at the Mineral King Bowl with the 3C2A state title on the line. The Rams entered the game as favorites, riding a 23-game win streak and 4 state and national titles in the last 5 years. In a game that will forever be remembered in COC lore, the Cougars went to battle in soggy, foggy-filled conditions that made it tough for players, coaches, and spectators to even see the playing field. The Cougars jumped out to an early 19-0 advantage, led by 2 touchdown passes from quarterback Corey Miles to tight end Jason Lance. The Rams got on the board late in the second quarter to close the gap to 19-11 at half. After 2 more Canyon scores in the third quarter, CCSF finally started to make its move, with 2 fourth-quarter strikes to bring the Rams within 7. With the Cougars struggling to keep pace and CCSF starting to find its rhythm, the game looked as if it might come down to the last possession. Sure enough, the Cougar defense would be faced with one last test. With just seconds left on the clock, CCSF quarterback Joseph Ayoub launched a pass downfield, but COC defensive back Chris Theus was able to knock the ball out of the hands of a Ram receiver for an incomplete pass. With 9 seconds left, CCSF had one last chance. They ran the same exact play, but this time the receiver caught the ball out of bounds as time expired. The Cougars had achieved the improbable. With players still celebrating on the field, head coach Chuck Lyon received a call from JC Gridwire officials confirming that College of the Canyons would in fact be named the 2004 national champions. For Coach Lyon, he earned his 4th WSC Coach of the Year award and was later named the American Football Coaches Association Community College National Coach of the Year. At season's end, the Cougars had an astounding 23 players earn all WSC honors, including 11 first-team honorees. Tops among the group were sophomore wide receiver Terrell Smith, who was named the 2004 WSC Player of the Year, and sophomore Roshan Marshall, who was named All-WSC as both a defensive back and a return specialist. The 2004 3C2A All-State team was also well represented with Cougars, with offensive linemen James Polk and Louis Solis, kicker Jason Tompkins, linebacker Gerard Perry, and defensive lineman Dennis Ellis joining Smith and Marshall as honorees. Polk, Tompkins, Perry, and Marshall were also named to the JC All-American First Team. More than 20 players from the 2004 team went on to play at 4-year schools after leaving COC. 3 players, Justin Tryon, Troy Nolan, and Joey LaRocque would eventually play in the NFL.
I'll never give up! I'll never give up! If I do, because if I do, give on the one beside me. I give on the one beside me. I'll never give up! I'll never give up! Because if I do, give on those who believe me. I give on those who believe me. First next man down. First next man down. Pick him up. I'll pick him up. I need to say. I'll never give up. I'll never give up. I'm believing in God. I'm believing in God. Fight to the end. I'll fight to the end. Win, win, win. Win, win, win. It's not promise. It's not promise.
We've been crowned national champions.